Okay, you're good.
I'm going to do a mix of some comedy and some spoken word here. So this first piece is called That's Your Horoscope for Today. Aries! You are taking astrology way too seriously. It's a fun game to play, but it says about as much about a person as phrenology did. Go outside, take a breath, get off Facebook. All the stars can do for you is twinkle in the night. Is that not enough? Taurus, you are taking astrology too seriously. It's fun, but it says about as much about a person as throwing darts blindfolded. Go outside, take a breath, get off Tumblr. All the stars can do at night is shine their light upon your dreams. Can't that be enough? Gemini, you are taking astrology too seriously. It's a fun game to play, but it says about as much as futzing with some tea leaves. Go outside, take a breath, get yourself off MySpace. All the stars can do for you is give the aliens a sunrise. Can't that be enough? Cancer, you are taking astrology too seriously. It's fun, but it says as much about you as moving the Ouija board planchette to spell out Freddy Krueger does. Go outside, take a breath, get yourself off Instagram. All the stars can do is change atoms like lead into gold. Is that not enough? Leo, have you considered taking up crochet? Virgo, have you considered trying to whittle a flute? Libra, you are taking astrology too seriously. We tried to kill astrology by killing the newspaper. You just moved to social media and kept on believing in magic that takes away your own ability to act. Scorpio, you're taking astrology too seriously. Isn't the real 10,000 times more fascinating than made-up stuff? Quantum entanglement, atomic computing, the way a language changes in a generation, the variation of life on the Galapagos. But you just sit around pretending that Jupiter in the sky will tell you how you can win the lottery to fill the short time you have alive. Sagittarius, you're taking astrology too seriously. In your search for miracles from exterior silliness, you're not allowing yourself the agency to be a miracle yourself. Capricorn, you're taking astrology way too seriously. If you could let go of these distractions from how powerless you feel, you could have the time to give yourself some power over your own life. Not wasting time and money on people who pretend to know magic. Aquarius, it says much about a person as shaking a stick in hopes of finding water. Go outside, take a breath, get off Friendster. All the stars can do for you is sing your heart to blissful sleep. Can't that be enough? Pisces, you're taking astrology way too seriously. It's a fun game to play, but it says about as much about a person's future as picking through a vulture's guts. Go outside, take a breath, get off Twitter. All the stars can do at night is hang in the sky until the end of time. Can't that be enough for you? Can't that be enough?
Woo.
I wrote this poem about a windstorm yesterday. It's called The Flurry of Punches. A blizzard on the first day of June. Unearthly, unreal, but not snow. Dandelions instead. A thunderstorm is coming. The wind is whipping up. Near 90 degrees and humidity higher than that. The perfect confluence for dandelion seeds to flurry all at once. Blinding the drivers, the summer day strollers, all of us at once. Not snowflakes that will melt, but messages. Prayers to take root as a weed somewhere. Thoughts in mid-transition. Hail Mary passes towards some far-off field in hopes of growing anew. I felt like the dandelion seeds then, wished like I could blow away too, 10 million miles away, and maybe once find some fertile ground to be reborn as something better, to live my life refreshed. But there were errands to run, there were things to do, and so I went home, still myself after the storm.
Nice.
I've been working with a short story writing group out of the library. Every Wednesday night they give us a word, and then we have to come back the next Wednesday and write a 500-word short story on it. The word for this story was lightning, so I had to use lightning in it. This is called Lake of Fire. If God is like a genie, but you only get one wish, I certainly wasted mine. It felt necessary at the time, but I was a child. I didn't know what life would have laid out for me, the things I would later need or need undone. I would have prevented my dad's heart attack, of course. I would have taken away my brother's epilepsy. I would have overturned a certain election. I would have at least paid my student loans to make the damn phone call stop. I was just a child, though, and if I'd have thought about it at all, I would have assumed I was going to get at least 3 mulligans from God in this life, not just the one. But if I had just the one, I used it then when I was 14. My dad was a Boy Scout up until just before Eagle Scout, until he discovered women and how much better they are to hold on to than badges. I was a Boy Scout for 3 months until I quit on the way back from our first camping trip. Right in the middle of the car ride. I was done. I don't hate the outdoors. I grew up scrambling on the south side hills looking for quartz. I'm a fan of a light hike, but at the end of the day I like to sleep in a bed. And I like to poop in a toilet too much. I don't remember whose idea it was to take a bunch of first years on a 3-night jaunt into the Adirondacks in the middle of July, in the middle of black fly season, with a humidity around 135%, with no air in the air to breathe, just stickiness and little biting things, with a 15-mile trek through a swamp to somewhere called Dexter Lake included. But whose ever idea it was, it won't go down as one of their better ideas. My dad was an assistant scoutmaster, and I'm pretty sure he carried me back half the way to the campsite from Dexter Lake. Lying there in my tent after returning, a third of my body covered in bug bite welts, my legs burning from exhaustion. Then I prayed to God to get me out of 2 nights to this. About an hour after that, the sky opened up to lightning. The sky opened up to thunder. The sky opened up to torrential rains. The sky opened up as I laid there too tired to even move out of the downpour. I was soaking wet. A few hours after that, I was quitting Boy Scouts in the car on the ride home. I liked tying knots. I liked walking little old ladies across the street. But the rest of it, I burned up my only get out of jail free card with God to escape from. I apologize to all of the people I could have saved if I knew I only got one wish. But damnation, hell is the Adirondacks in black fly season. And thank God for the thunder. Thank God for the lightning. Thank God for the torrential rains. I escaped from hell that night. And who knows if someday I'm going back to hell. But for that one evening, my prayers were answered. Thank you for listening.
Woo!
That's the problem with being short. Oh, that was so good.
everybody.